So, Camille, tell me a little bit about what you do. It sounds like you have quite the exciting career.
Well, it's fun. I'm loving it. I've been doing this since I was 19, so it's been a long haul. I've got actually two Hallmark movies coming out, June 13th and June 20th on the Hallmark Channel. The first one is the Aurora Tea Garden. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's
I love them, love them, love them.
good. Well, I am the new mother-in-law. I am Candace Cameron Bure's new mother-in-law and Niall Matter's mother. And I'm there for the wedding and thrilled that my son is getting married to such an extraordinary person and getting to know the new in-laws. And it was just a joy to work with, Candace and Niall, and Mary Lou Henner is the other, of course, is Candace's mom. And we also meet Candace's dad in this particular episode. And there's some problems on the way down the aisle. We don't know if for sure this marriage is going to happen. And there's a body that shows up and a murder to be solved. But it's a fun show. I think people will enjoy it. And that's on Sunday, June 13th. And then on the 20th, I've got a very fun part with Jesse Metcalf and Sarah Lind in it's called Ships in the Night. It's the Martha Vineyard mystery series, and there's a murder in my art gallery. I'm a very sophisticated art gallery owner, and there's a body found, and all kinds of suspicions are tossed around, and it's a nice juicy part for me. It's a nice, really fun one.
Yeah, it sounds like they're almost opposite roles. You're playing this mom and then you're playing this other character. It's just amazing. How do you keep it straight with, like, did you film them around the same time or they filmed at different times?
They were the Ships in the Night. Their Martha Vineyard mystery was shipped. It was shipped on. It was taped on Vancouver Island in the summer, last summer. It was just gorgeous, August, September. And then the Aurora Tea Garden we just filmed in February, March of this year. And in fact, I had a mishap. I dislocated my kneecap at home
Ooh.
halfway through the filming, and I couldn't walk without crutches. But we'd already taped me as not an invalid, and so the director Martin Wood was amazing. The producer Jim Head was fabulous, and they figured out a way to just move me on a dolly and shoot me from the shoulders up, so it looked like I was walking down the aisle from my son's wedding. So it all worked out. But the crutches were kind of tucked under the church pew while we were filming.
That's an interesting way to do it, and I hope you're feeling better. I'm sorry you had to go through all that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm fine now. It was just at the time it was like, oh my God, how am I gonna be on set, right? But there was so much else going on then, of course, too, because we were in the thick of COVID, and everything was. I have to say, Hallmark has been fantastic in keeping productions going and keeping the protocols, so strict. But filming, keeping the masks on right up until they call action, and keeping your distance from the other actors until they call action, and all that jazz, right?
Yeah, I've always been curious about how that was done during COVID, especially if you have to be up close and personal. It's just, I've heard some people use mannequins or body doubles of someone that they live with. So how did you do that?
Basically, pretty well. People were getting tested quite regularly, and basically, we kept our distance right up until we had to film, and then we, got as close as needed to be, or hugged whatever needed to be. But everyone was, pristine about hand sanitizing and all the rest of it. And actually, no one, no, I don't know what it's like down there, but no one was going out anywhere, right? No one was. It was a very antisocial time, I think, for all of us, of course, but especially for the actors. We wanted to make sure that we were all healthy and well to be on set.
Yeah, it was like that here too. It was very nobody left the house, and it was just completely. I felt bad because I missed my mom because of COVID. That year I missed my mom's birthday, I missed Mother's Day, and then as soon as I could get back, that's where I am now. Actually, I'm at her place. As soon as I could get back, I just went and spent time with her, and I spent a whole bunch of time there with her because I was like, you can't be alone, and I miss you.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's so nice. I'm sure your mom means so much to your mom.
Oh, it does. It does. It's amazing. And then my sister just had a baby, so I'm hoping like nothing happens. I'm like everything should stay exactly as it is, like no more cases. So knock wood with this vaccine and everything.
Knockwood is right. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Congratulations. So you're an aunt. You're an
I
aunt.
am aunt and godmother, so I'm thrilled.
Is that a first for you to be an aunt?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's very exciting. A boy or a girl?
A girl. Her name is Aria Rose.
Oh, what a beautiful name. That's lovely.
Thank you. I'm absolutely thrilled. I tell everybody I see. I'm like, I'm an aunt. I'm an aunt. I'm an aunt.
Totally, yeah.
Yes.
Get those cards now, from your aunt. You get to do all
Yes.
aunt stuff, right?
I love it. I love it. But yeah, so tell me a little bit what was the biggest challenge about playing each role?
Oh boy. Well, I think, especially this year, just the COVID thing was, you're always aware, just always being aware of distances and, not, you know, hand sanitizing before you touch a prop and, just that alone, you're just an added, it was just an added thing to be concerned about. And then with Aurora Tea Garden, it was really just worrying about how the heck I was gonna how I was gonna walk on set without looking like I was a total, you know, um, this knee dislocated human being, which I was. But aside from that, it was just both shows were really a joy to film. Sammy, it was a lovely. Both casts were lovely. Mary Lou Henner and Cameron Candice Bure are fabulous. In Aurora Tea Garden, so is Nile Matter, and then in Ships in the Night, I had the pleasure of working with Jesse Metcalf. You probably know him from Desperate Housewives and other shows that he's so good in. And Sarah Lind is lovely. So it's just it honestly both shows were really just a joy, just really a joy. The Ships in the Night was had a nice emotional range for me, so I got to do all kinds of interesting things, and that was a pleasure. Yeah, yeah.
Nice. And what's next for you? I mean, do you have any other projects coming up?
I've just started a recurring role on an animated series. I've never done an animated series before. It's called Supernatural Academy,
Okay.
and it's these are books written by Jamin Eve. Sorry, just I'm the most powerful fairy in the world, which is a really fun thing to do because usually in film and television they're asking you to just take it down. But in animation, it's so much fun. They go more, make it bigger. So it's like I got to do my British, how dare you come into the forest, all that fun stuff. So that was good. And then I'm starting a new film at the end of this month. It's an independent. It's called Call Button. It's a fun and moving piece. It's about a mother with MS, which I play, and for a day, kind of a Freaky Friday. For a day, they trade bodies.
Oh, wow.
For a day, the mom gets to be back in the body of a healthy young woman, and the daughter gets to see what it's like to have MS and to be going through what her mother's going through. So I'm really looking forward to that. We start that at the end of the month. It's called.
That's a very interesting.
Isn't that a cool idea?
I love that. Yeah.
Written and directed by a really talented young woman. Rona Reese is her name. She just finished writing and starring in a film herself called Freya, which is nominated here in Vancouver for pretty well every award at our Leo Awards, which is coming up in a few weeks. And yeah, so I'm really excited to start that. Yeah.
It's incredible. Who's playing your daughter in the movie?
It's a wonderful actress called Bethany Miller, and she's done a lot of Hallmark movies as well. And yeah, so it'll be interesting. I'm starting to do research on it, to find out what that's like to go through that. And um, it's such a debilitating illness. But anyway, so we're starting that actually tomorrow. We're going to start getting into conversations about character and the script and so on. So that'll be an interesting project.
Good for you. I'm proud of you. That sounds like an amazing role. Like we'd have to talk again so we could talk about this when it comes out.
Absolutely. Yes, I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love movies like this, so we're definitely going to enjoy it. And is that going to be a Lifetime movie, a Hallmark movie, or just an indie?
It's just an indie right now, but fingers crossed it might go to get bought by someone. But right now it's an indie project. Yeah.
Nice. And I think your dog is very proud of you too.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing her watchdog thing today. There seems to be a lot of lawnmowers out in the yard in the streets these days, and she's getting her workout, just running around barking at
She
everybody.
has to protect you from the lawnmower. She's like, Mommy needs to be protected.
Exactly from the evil lawnmower. Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a rescue. I actually got her in Los Angeles a few years ago, and she was at a kill shelter. But there's just the sweetest dog. So they thought she was a cross between a golden and an Aussie Shepherd. I think she's got some Finnish Spitz in her because she's jumping in the rivers here in Vancouver in January, and I've never seen her shiver. She will go in that ice cold water and just come out happy as can be. So she's definitely a Nordic dog. She was never meant to be an LA dog. It was just too hot for her down there.
Nice. And what's her name?
Her name's Ginger.
I
Yeah.
used to have a dog named Ginger when I was a little girl.
Really? Was she a redhead?
She was like a blondish kind of reddish color. She was a golden retriever mix.
Oh, sweet. Ginger, come here. Ginger. Oh, I might have the gate closed.
Yeah. Yeah, she was some kind of lab mix. She was beautiful.
Oh, do you still have a dog now?
Yeah, well, my mom does. Her name's Sophie. She's a lab boxer mix.
Oh, nice. Yeah, dogs are the
Yeah.
best. Dogs are just the best.
Yeah, she has a dog and then she has cats. I can't have anything in my apartment, but
Oh, so you go to your mom for some furry hugs, right?
yes, exactly. And when she went down to New York to see my sister and the new baby, I was house sitting, so I got to spend a lot of time with them.
Nice. How fun.
It
Yeah.
was. It absolutely was. And one thing I like to ask people I interview is tell me a fun fact about yourself.
I have a parrot.
Really?
I have a parrot. The intention when I bought the parrot 21 years ago that this would be my son's parrot, who at the time was 7. And of course, the parrot, guess who watered and fed the parrot?
Yes.
But I didn't realize parrots bond to one person. I assumed
Yeah.
flock, they were part of a flock.
Yeah.
This parrot bonded with me. And I think what happened was my son grew up and the parrot didn't recognize him anymore. And so it was like, it was a really sad thing, but the parrot really came to think he was a stranger. And of course, my son grew to be like 6 feet tall and suddenly got this deep voice. And so, I mean, this will tell you how old this very sweet parrot is. My son named him Optimus Prime.
I love it. I love it.
How long ago that was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he's still with us. He's 21 years old, and he chases the dogs.
Of course.
Yeah, and and when I went a few years ago to live in Los Angeles, and birds can be very fussy and somewhat, aggressive if they don't know the people. So I had to take him with me, and he lived with me in LA for a while. Now we're back up here. Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's beautiful.
yeah. Yeah.
Nice. And one thing I like to ask people I interview is, tell me what you're watching on TV these days.
Oh, I just started watching Hacks with Gene Smart, which is a fun show on HBO. I don't know if you've seen it.
Okay.
It's about a stand-up comic in Vegas who the casinos are feeling that she's getting a little stale. She's done over 3,000, almost 3,000 performances. So they line her up with a young female comic to work on new material. It's a really clever show with Jean Smart, who I think is fabulous.
I love her.
Isn't she great?
She is. She is.
Yeah, and oh my gosh. I haven't had a lot of time. I know this sounds crazy, but I haven't really had a lot of time to watch a lot of TV. Friends have told me about new series. Anything I should watch? Anything you would recommend?
So many different ones. I did like Be Positive and Call Me Kat, which were two sitcoms that were out this past year. You could
Okay,
you could see it on Paramount Plus. You could get Be Positive, and Call Me Kat you can get on Hulu. Both
fantastic.
very fun sitcoms. So
Oh, great. I'm always looking for new shows, even though just because when I do finally have time, I go, what am I supposed to watch? There's just too much on TV. So thank you for those tips. I will
yeah.
definitely them. Yeah.
And what I end up doing is I end up watching the same five things over and over again anyway. So
I did start watching. My son insisted. He said, "Mom, you have to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm," and I had never really gone through the whole litany of it. So I've been catching up with on Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is very funny.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. And where can we find you on social media?
I'm so bad at social media, Sammy. I'm so bad. And my agent and publicist just put their head in their hands with me. But I'm on La Camille M on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm trying to get better at it. I'm just not very good at keeping up with it. So yeah, those two places. La,
Wonderful.
yeah,
I, I will send you a follow and thank you so much for taking the time today. I appreciate you.
pleasure, Sammy. Really nice to meet you, and congratulations on being an aunt. You're gonna have so much fun.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon.
sounds good. Have a good day.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.